beautiful people, today I'm going to do a very quick video on the different types of visas in Australia. Information out there's a lot of misinformation out there, and I think a lot of people are just confused with what is what. So I'm just going to talk about some of the more popular visas, give you a very quick rundown, and I hope you guys have a better understanding of the Australian migration system. The next visa we're going to talk about is the Subplus 491 Skilled Regional Provisional Visa. It works in the same point system such as the 189 visa, however it is not a permanent visa. The eligibility requirements on there I will put to the left here, and we won't go through them in detail, but again it is points based. It is something that you need to work towards and build your profile for, and you need to be nominated by the state. So in addition to meeting the federal requirements, you also need to meet the state requirements. And that's why you hear a lot of people saying, should I move to South Australia? Should I move to Tasmania? Should I move to Canberra? Because those states currently have a pretty decent migration program for people who want to apply for the 491 visa. For example, if you're a registered nurse and you're living in South Australia and you've studied there, you could be eligible for a state nomination to be nominated for the visa if you have studied there and then you continue to live and work there for a minimum of 3 months. That is the requirements. The next visa we're going to talk about is the Subclass 190 visa, which is a skilled nominated. I like to think that is one step above the 491, so a little bit more superior purely because it is permanent residence. So to be eligible for this visa, again, you need to meet the federal requirements here: skills assessment, English, relevant occupation, all the works. But you also again need to be nominated by the state. It depends on what the flavor of month is for the state then. So as an example, in Victoria at the moment, they are nominating people for 190, but you have to be in a highly skilled occupation. So for example, if you're a doctor and you've been working in a Melbourne hospital for the last 6 months and you meet all the other requirements, they would most probably nominate you for the 190 visa. The next one is the 191 visa. Now this is the follow-on from the 491 visa. So I don't think the 491 is that bad at all. I think it's great. It's a temporary residence, and then after 3 years, if you meet the requirements, you can apply for the 191 visa. The next one is the temporary skills shortage subclass 482 visa. Now there's 2 streams for this. There's a short-term stream and a medium-term stream. Essentially what that means is for the short-term stream, you can only stay and live here for up to 2 years. Now how to be eligible, you need an occupation on the short-term occupation list. You need to have an employer who is eligible to sponsor you under this program, and you need to have the relevant qualifications plus 2 years relevant work experience. Now, the next one up from that is the 482 visa, same thing, but the occupation is under the medium-term occupation list. And what that means is this one has a progression to permanent residence. So again, you need an occupation under that medium-term list. You need an eligible sponsor who's willing to sponsor you, and then you need to be qualified. So you need to have the relevant degree, and you need to have 2 years post-qualification work experience. So as an example, a chef that is on the list, you need to have your degree, so certificate 4 or higher as a chef, and then you need to have 2 years work experience as a chef, not as a cook, as a chef, and then you could be eligible for the 482 program. And after 3 years for that, you could apply for permanent residence, which is called 186 subclass visa. Once you have worked for an employer and your occupation is on the medium term list and you've been working for that employer for 3 years, and you could be eligible to apply for a 186 temporary residence transition visa. And then the last one I'm going to speak about today is the Subclass 186 Direct Entry Visa. It's almost the same as the Temporary Residence Transition, but it's direct. So if you have an eligible sponsor, employer willing to support your occupation and your employment, you need to have an occupation on that occupation list. You need to have your qualification plus 3 years post-qualification work experience, and you need to have a valid skills assessment as well as your English. And then you could be eligible for the Direct Entry entry 186 visa. So that is a very quick rundown of some of the very popular visa and migration programs here in Australia. As you can see, I started off with a very simple short-term temporary visa, which is a tourist visa. Then we've also progressed to the different employer-sponsored skilled migration visas that are available. Thank you very much for watching, and please don't forget to spread the love, spread the videos, let everybody know, and my contact details are below if anyone needs any assistance for migration to Australia. Thank you very much, everyone.